Hello friends, welcome back to our DevOps Vibes YouTube channel. Today is our day 3 of our DevOps learning series. In this day, we will learn some important topics like file system, permissions, process, networking, package managers, and at the end, we'll write a small script. So, follow along with me. Without any further delay, let's get started. The first thing is Linux file system hierarchy. Just look at this picture. Don't confuse by seeing this picture. At the top, this forward slash, we can say it as a root where everything begins. Okay, so I'll show you. In the previous video, I have already shown you that how to install WSL and how to add your user instead of root. Okay, if you haven't watched that video yet, I will keep it in the description box. Please check it. Okay, now CD means change directory. I am changing the directory to this forward slash. Forward slash means root. Okay, and click on enter. Okay, here as you can see, this forward slash means that we are in root instead of home directory. Okay, now if you do ls, you can see all these folders. Okay, bin, boot, dev, etc, home folder, mnt, media, opt, proc, root, all these one. Okay, temp, user, var. Okay, we will discuss about each and everything now. I'll keep this in these notes in the description box too, so you can verify all these folders. Okay, so first we will discuss about this home directory. So whatever files a normal user has will be here. Basically your personal space. Okay, if I say cd slash we are going to this home directory. So cd slash home. Okay, now we are in the home directory. If you can do listing ls, we can see all these users. So I have 3 users. Okay, clear, DevOps girl and the Jaya. So all the user information are stored in this home directory. Okay. And coming to the root directory, I have already told you in the previous video that this is not same as home directory. This is only for admin user. You usually won't touch this much. Okay. Now we will discuss about the etc folder. Okay. I am teaching only some important folders. Okay. Not all the things you know. You don't need to memorize all the directories. Okay. Now the etc one we can see. We can exit from this and cd to that etc folder. Okay. Once we are in etc folder, we can list out the commands. So here's the thing. What actually it is etc? All configuration files are stored here. If something is not working, most of the time this setting is somewhere here. So yeah, this folder is very important where we store all the configuration files. Okay, as you can see, we have so many configuration files, right? tbconf, jia conf files, and all these things. Okay, now there is another important directory called var. Okay, this one. Now we will discuss about that. We can first exit from this cd var. Okay, now if you do ls, you can see so many things here. Yes, so if something breaks, the first thing people check is logs, correct? And logs are usually here. That's why this folder matters. Okay, if I go to lib folder, again do ls, so these are all the logs. Okay, again we have to go to some folder, like I'll show you that one of the folder like apt. Okay, this methods ls, see these are all the files stored here. Okay, so basically if we want to check logs, all the logs are stored in var folder. Okay, Now we have another folder called TMP. TMP means temporary. So this is temporary stuff. Let's go into the TMP folder and see what's inside that. Okay, as you can see, I have only 3 temporary folders. Okay, so don't keep anything important here because system can clear this anytime. Okay, next we have also some other folders like dev means devices. Okay, we will not go deep down, we will discuss about this later. And we have also proc folder. Okay, that means for process, it is for system info. You will see this later when needed. Okay, and we have already mnt and media folders. So if you connect a usb, it usually shows up in media or sometimes in mnt. Okay, mnt means mount. Okay, so once have a look at these folders. Okay, read this once, at least once. Okay, don't try to memorize all these things, but at least try to understand the concept. Okay, I have already explained that device files, home directory, all these things, right? System files. Okay, temporary mount point, media, and all these things. Okay, just remember that your files are stored in home directory, your settings are stored in etc folder, and your logs are stored in var folder. Okay, that's enough to start. Okay, now let's see the viewing files. What are all these commands we can check? Okay, let's go to terminal again. I'll come to the home directory. Okay, if I run pwd present working directory, my present working directory is in home. Okay, now let's see how to read files in Linux. Sometimes files are small, sometimes they are really big, right? So in the previous video, I have already told you all these commands, cat, vim. If you haven't checked it yet, please watch it. Okay. Now I am creating one text file using vim editor. Okay. Press I to insert and insert your content. Okay. Like I'm inserting some random content. Okay. Hello, 1, 2, 3. All these things. Okay. I'm writing some more than 10 lines to show why exactly I am doing for using some commands. Okay. Now I'm saving it. Okay. This text is saved. Now I want to view the content inside the text. Okay. I'm just using the cat. I have already told you in this previous video also for this about this cat command. Okay. If I just give cat and our text file name, it will show you the entire content. Okay. But what if I want only the first 10 lines? Only the first 10 lines of this text file. Okay, I am using head. Okay, head means it shows only the first 10 lines. As you can see, it came up to 45 only because these are the first 10 lines. Okay, but what if I want to see last 10 lines only in the text file? I'll use less. Sorry, tail. Okay, you can see the last 10 lines will be printed here. Okay, the next command is less. So what is this command will do? You can see that this opens the file and lets you scroll. You can go up, down, okay, whatever you want. Okay, you have to press Q to exit. Okay, I am pressing Q to exit. That's it. And also more. Similar way, more. It's similar to less but limited. You can mostly scroll forward. Okay, for more you have to scroll. So here I have few lines, so that's why it's getting not scrolled. Okay, So that is the main purpose for more or less for viewing the limited content in this particular text file. Okay, now let's discuss about the permissions. The next topic is file permissions. Okay, just means who can do what within a file. If I say ls hyphen l, okay, hyphen l means long listing of files. Here you can see something like this. Are you seeing it? What does this mean? We have to discuss about this. Okay. Hmm. Let me increase the font a little bit. Okay. Now hyphen here means it's a file. If you say D here instead of hyphen, then it's a directory or a folder. Now we can divide it into three parts. The first one is owner, second one is group, and third one is others. R means read, W means write, and X means execute. R, read, write, execute. Permissions can also be in numbers. So here read equal to 4, write equal to 2, execute equal to 1. So 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. 7 means full access. 5 means 4 plus 1, that is means read and execute access. Read and execute. What about 4? 4 means only read. That's how it works. Let's see in practical. chmod change modification 755 means full access for the owner, 5 read and execute access for the group, and again 5 read and execute access for the others as well. Testing.txt. Okay, if you do ls hyphen l again, you can see rwx, that means full access to the user, read and execute access, again read and execute access. In the right you can see hyphens here because there is no write access for the groups and others as well. So if we want to add some execute permission, only execute permission, then you can simply use chmod plus x execute and the testing.txt. Okay, here we are already included execute, so that's why it is showing same as this. But I just want to show you that plus x means execute. The next command we have is chown. That means change ownership. For example, if I want to change the ownership of something or some user or some group, then we can use this change ownership command. So basically the syntax will be look like this. Okay. Now I want to change the text here, testing.txt. Let's say testing.txt. Okay. So here you have to give the user and here you have to give the group name for this particular user. Let's see an example now. I want to give it to the sudo group for this testing.txt. Okay. So now DevOps girl can access this testing.txt completely. Okay. So here testing.txt, who is the owner for this text file? DevOps girl and the sudo group. See? So if we do ls hyphen l testing.txt, you can now see that the ownership of group has changed. Previously, the ownership was the ownership user, DevOps girl, and the group also DevOps girl, right? Now, if you can see for this particular text file, I am giving the ownership as DevOps girl and the group as sudo. Now, let's discuss about users and groups first. So, I have already explained you in the previous video about these users and groups. We can simply add multiple users. So, Linux supports multiple users. If you want to add some user, I can simply say user add user dev user. Okay. So I am adding this dev user with admin privileges. Simple command. It is asking for the new password. User. It is asking to retype. It's asking for full name and some basic details. You can skip all these and give the confirmation as Y to S. Now we need to verify whether this dev user was really created or not. For that, we need to check the contents in etc. I have previously told you that etc is for configuration files, right? In the etc password folder, we have this user. Let's see, grep. Grep means to search for something, okay? Dev user. See, the user got created. And the user got created in, the user info is in home directory. Just previously I have told you that matter, okay? Now, if you say groups dev user, by default it will show like this, that dev user is with dev user group only. Okay. Now we need to change this to sudo. That means this dev user can perform some admin activities. So I need to give this dev user some admin privileges. Sudo user mod modification. I want to change this user -a append to the group G -append to the group. Which group I am adding this user to? Sudo group. And what's the username? Dev user. Okay. Now, if I say who am I, this is the current user, right? DevOps girl. Groups dev user. Groups dev user. You can see the dev user is now part of the dev user group as well as the sudo group. That's how you can modify the users. Now, tell me in comment section that what's the difference between add user and the user add. Okay, let me know in the comment section, or else watch my previous video. I have explained you there. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about some networking basics. This is very important because most real issues are network issues. Okay. Okay. The first thing is IPA. This shows your system's IP addresses. Think of IP like your system's identity on a network. So if two systems want to talk, they need IP, right? Without IP, no communication. See, it shows the IP here. The next command is ping. This command checks if your system can reach the internet or not. If this works, your network is okay. If reply is coming, then connection is working. If no reply, then there is a network issue. So, I am giving the google.com. See, some packets are running, right, within milliseconds of time. If ping fails, something is wrong with the network. Okay. Now, the next command is nslookup. This checks DNS. DNS means converting the name to the IP addresses. If you type google.com, system find its IP somewhere. Okay. Not just the google.com. Okay. If DNS fails, website won't open. You can check that google.com is with this IP address now. Okay. Now, the next command is ss-tunlp. Now, this shows which ports are open and which process is using them. SS means system statistics. -T means TCP connection, UDP connection, number of ports, and all this. Your app may run on port 8080. If port is not open, app won't work, right? So these are my some of my UDP connections here. Next, curl. This checks if a service is responding or not. It sends a request and shows response. If nothing is running, this will fail. Here you can use some local host or something. For example, localhost. I know it will not work here because if any app is running inside, then only curl will work. Okay. So currently it's not, but I'm just showing to you. Okay. In the same way, wget also work. Okay, in most of the interviews, they'll ask what's the difference between curl and wget. Okay, wget means it will download the file. For example, I'm downloading the example.com file. Okay, curl shows, but wget saves it in your local. Okay. https example.com file. Why it's not working? I'm just trying to download some file. Okay, let's try to download another one, another example, wget https. In google.com, I'll try to download google.com. I'm trying to download some text. Okay, robots.txt. You can see that robot.txt was successfully saved. If I do ls, you can obviously see that the downloaded file. Okay, that's how wget works. Okay, don't confuse between curl and wget. Okay, now we can see the SSH. This is how we connect to another system from our terminal. Instead of going to that machine physically, right? We can connect from here. SSH should be installed and running. So let's go to the terminal again. Sudo apt update. Here I am covering package managers too. So listen carefully. So if you want to install any service or any server, before that we need to update the packages and its libraries. Okay, for that, for ubuntu purpose, for ubuntu flavor, we will use apt. Okay, for CentOS or something, we can use yum. Okay, instead of apt, we will use yum. Sudo apt update. That means we are updating the packages and its libraries in this ubuntu server. Okay, now it's done. Now let's install some service. Sudo apt install open an SSH server. Click yes. Let's wait for a few seconds. Yes, it's done now. Now we need to start it. Sudo service SSH start. We can see the status also. We can clearly see that it's active and running. Okay. So here I am connecting to my own system instead of creating SSH key. So we will create some SSH keys, public keys using SSH-keygen. Okay. Here I am not doing that. I am just connecting to my own system. Okay, instead of any other machine, we can simply use that SSH localhost. Localhost means the same machine. Yes. As you can see that we are in my local system now. Okay. So in the same way, if we have another IP address, then you can use SSH user at the rate and the IP. Okay, this is the basic syntax for connecting to any other machine. Okay. For example, if I am the dev user, then dev user at the rate and the IP, your IP, some IP. Okay, 168.1.0, something like this. Okay, that's how it works. We can check the username and IP. So who am I? You say it's a DevOps girl, and IP you can check the IP here. Okay, that's how you can SSH. Then I have told you earlier that instead of typing password every time, we can use keys. Okay, that's the strong topic. So SSH hyphen keygen, it will generate a key. For now, I'm not go into the deeper, but if we run this command, it will generate a key. Okay, now it is asking the key which file location it need to download. Okay, I'm just clicking enter because I need to download in this particular location, devopsgirl.ssh id rsa. Okay, I have already key, so I'm just overwriting it. Okay. Okay, now the key got generated. We need to see that key whether it's generated or not. Okay, currently we are in DevOps girl folder, right? If we listing hyphen a means hidden folders. We need to check hidden folders also using hyphen a. Okay, here you can see .ssh folder. Just cd into that. If you do ls, you can see the public key, and this is the private key. Okay, if you want to see the public key, you already know that if you want to see some content, you will use cat command, right? id rsa dot pub. So this is our key. Simple. Instead of using password, here we are using some personal keys. Okay, now we need to copy this key to our local host. SSH copy id localhost. First time it will ask password. Okay, now let's test again by SSHing it whether it will ask password or not. Okay, let's go back. Okay, now we are in clean. SSH localhost. See, we are already in without any asking password. Okay, that's how it works. Public key goes to the server, private key stays with you. Okay. So if SSH doesn't connect, check if service is running or not. Okay. Systemctl status SSH. I have already shown you, right? Previously, systemctl status SSH. Okay. That's how it works. Okay. Now let's see how to install softwares in Linux. We use something called as package managers. Think of it like Play Store, but in terminal. Okay. I have previously told that we need to update some packages and libraries, right? Sudo apt update. Do you remember that? So basically it checks what software is available. Okay, always run this before installing anything. I have run it just few minutes ago. So that's why I don't run it now. Okay. Now I need to search for any package. Okay. Let's say apt search and Nginx. Okay. In Play Store, if I want any app, for example, I want to search for Flipkart app. I need to search it in Play Store, right? In the same way, here I am searching this service whether it is there or not. Okay, apt search Nginx. Here you can see These are all the Nginx flavors that we have. There are so many, right? Nginx Kafka, Nginx Memcache, Redis, String, WebSocket, Extras, all these ones. Now let's see. Let's install Nginx with all these Nginx. Sudo apt install Nginx. Sorry for the wrong password. Yeah, now it's running, and yes, Nginx also installed. Now once installed, you need to start the Nginx. Okay, start the service. Sudo with admin access I am starting. Systemctl start Nginx. Now we need to check the status of this service, whether it's running or not. And here we go. It's active and running. If I want to delete or uninstall, for example, in Play Store, we can uninstall the apps, right? In the same way, we can remove the services. Sudo apt remove Nginx. It will ask for the confirmation. Now it will be removed. Now let's verify whether it's actually removed or not. We can see by using simple command called dp kg-l. grep means searching. We are searching with this name Nginx. Okay. So these are all the old ones, not the new one. These are some related packages, dependencies, and config files. So if you want to remove completely, you can use purge command. Okay. Common, Nginx common or Nginx core. If I want to remove Nginx common, okay. Sudo apt purge. That means remove everything, forcefully remove. Okay. Purge. For example, I am removing Nginx common. This one. Okay. Nginx common. Now it's done. Let's see again. If you can see, there's nothing inside it because we have deleted everything. We removed everything using purge command. Okay. If you want to clean unused packages also, you can use auto remove command. Sudo apt auto remove. Okay. It will automatically remove all your packages. Okay. Okay, I'll show you one thing. So instead of giving y every time, you can simply add here -y means yes. Okay. Now it won't ask you for the verification. See, nothing here. That's how it works. Okay. Now we will discuss about the process management. Everything running in Linux is called a process. Okay. So if we say top, we have few commands for the in the process management. Let's see one by one. Okay. See, this shows all running processes in real time. If system is slow, I check here first. Okay. If you see CPU usage, memory usage, along with the timestamps and all these, and again which user it is, root user, DevOps user, what is this? Okay. It is the live view. Okay. Now let's see another command htop. This is easier to read. Okay. It's similar, but it's very easier to read. Okay. It gives more details, by the way. Okay. If you have this, use it. Htop better than top. Okay. Now, if I want to list the processes, PS. Okay. Some processes might be running right in the backend. PS means process. So I can do only PS also. Here you can see 4 processors are currently running. Now ps aux means it will give more details. See, it will give the statistics, start time, time, commands, and all the CPU memory uses, all the details. That's the difference between ps and ps aux. It's good for checking specific processes. Okay. Now I want to kill the some specific process. Okay. Again, if we want some hidden processes, I previously told that -a, right? If you can see, there is more output now. Okay, because some are hidden. Okay. Now I want to kill some process. This is the PID, process ID. Okay, I want to kill some process. You can use that PID. For example, I am killing this stop process 82490. 82490. Okay. See, it's not killing actually, correct? The top command, the top process is still running. So I need to forcefully stop it. For that, I'll use -9. Okay, for forcefully stopping. 82, what's the PID? 82490. Again, if you see, the top process was stopped, right? You can see here, killed. That's how it works. Okay. In future videos, we will discuss more about these topics. Okay, and uh, we will come across more commands like this. Okay. In the meanwhile, make sure to subscribe our DevOps Vibes YouTube channel. Create a simple script. vim health.sh. Okay. So here in this script, we are just checking the disk uses, memory uses, CPU load, and running process at a time. So 4 commands at a time. Just save it. We need to make the file executable. So chmod modification plus x means executable health.sh. Now run the health.sh command. As you can see, we have just run the script successfully. Okay, so this is the disk uses. As you can see, this is the available percentage and this is the use percentage, and mounted directories. Then memory uses. So this is the overall memory uses. Then CPU load, load average, and these are the running processes currently. Okay, so that is for the overall script. So that's it for day 3. Take your time, practice these commands all at once. No need to worry. I'll keep all the things in this documentation. So I'll keep this in description box. Okay, I'll see you in day 4. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss this series. Thank you.